paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports President Donald Trump is offering a path to citizenship for up to 1.8 million young undocumented immigrants, but insists on measures that would curb some legal immigration programs and provide a border wall with Mexico, according to a senior White House official on Thursday. The White House offered to more than double the number of Dreamers who would be protected from deportation, describing it as a major concession aimed at attracting enough votes for an immigration deal from Democrats. But the plan comes with significant strings attached to appeal to Republicans, including requirements to slash family sponsorship of immigrants, tighten border security, and provide billions of dollars in funding for a border wall with Mexico that Trump made one of his major campaign promises. The package was immediately panned by pro-immigration groups, which said the plan was a bad trade-off. It was also slammed by some conservative groups, which decried the expansion of amnesty for undocumented immigrants. The leader of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, Democratic Representative Michelle Lujan Grisham, said the Trump plan used Dreamers as a bargaining chip for sweeping anti-immigration policies. Early reaction from some Republicans in the Senate, where the plan may receive a vote in early February, was positive. Negotiations will be tough, with Democratic Senator Dick Durbin, who has championed the cause of Dreamers, saying the plan puts Trump's entire hardline immigration agenda, including massive cuts to legal immigration, on the backs of these young people. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Today's fitness trackers can tell how far you're running, but tomorrow's can tell you why you're running. The new Nike Run Logic Plus pinpoints the desperate psychological demons at the root of your exercise routine. Tech Trends reporter Aaron Vaughn has more.
It's a problem all runners face. You run and you run and you run, but it's never enough. No matter how many miles you put in, that gnawing ache at your soul never goes away. Now Nike's engineers have found a way for runners to use that existential pain to push themselves even farther. Users keep the device on their wrist at all times. It not only records running times and distances, it also analyzes all of the user's social interactions and emotional patterns. It then creates a unique, detailed profile that dredges the inspiring well of inner turmoil inside every runner. Early users say they notice a big impact on their workout.
I started marathoning when I was 28. I thought it was time to get in shape, but then once I realized I was actually running from my meaningless job in ad sales, I started running a lot more, like all the time.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Computers are online. I'm gonna start loading software.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Call to Freedom.
Broadcasting live from Vertcoin Studios on LRN FM.
You're listening to Will.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say.
And Aria.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Stay tuned for political talk and everything crypto. That's right.
Broadcasting internationally on our BitPlus Network satellite.
This is
the Call to Freedom.
All right, let's boot it up.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Call to Freedom. Hey, that's our old music.
That is some old music. And wait, I'm not Will. Who am I?
Oh. I don't know. Someone has taken over our studio. And he sounds awfully familiar, almost as though he has a daily segment that goes on like in the middle of the show every day.
Yeah, you know, when the mice are away, the cats will. Or no, that's totally not right.
You've got the wrong analogy.
When the
Gerald.
cats are away, the mice will play. And as a wise man once said, this is where the big boys play. Will had to do something. I'm not entirely sure what, but I'm filling in. And people that tune in to LRN.FM on a somewhat regular basis recognize my voice, but I've only been on this show a handful of times for very small amounts of time. I'm Daryl, and I'm joined by Tom and Aria. Say hi, Tom and Aria.
Hi, Tom and Aria.
Hello.
Yes, I'm glad somebody did that. So Will's not here, but it is still a Friday, which means that there's that libertarian drama of the week thing that happens.
You'd better have the Days of Our Lives sound when we get to that, because everybody waits for that every single Friday.
Here we go.
Although we're going to be doing that in the third hour. At least we know we have the bumper.
Yes.
It sounds like we're doing it now.
We do have... I forget which thing he said was hour 1 and which was hour 2 and which was hour 3. I do remember because Tom told me like 5 times that Crypto Hour is hour 2.
Hour 2, yeah. But at the top of the hour, because we do have Daryl W. Perry of the Penguin Club podcast.
Yes, and I got one uploaded just a little bit ago.
Woohoo! Talking about the XFL at all?
No, it was a preview of the Royal Rumble and NXT TakeOver.
I have a strong suspicion that a lot of people will be going over the top rope during that Royal Rumble. Just a hunch.
29 men and 29 women. At least.
Wow.
At least.
At least. Yeah. You never know. You never know with WWE. You never know. Well, you do kind of know. It is actually pretty predictable. And you do know with Vince McMahon that he just can't give up on the XFL.
Now, the question is, during that Royal Rumble, when 29 men go over the top rope, will anybody take a knee?
Well, if you only take one knee, you're technically not eliminated. Like, both feet have to touch the floor, so maybe Kofi Kingston will take a one knee, and that will be how he avoids getting eliminated this year.
And a knee is not a foot.
And now we're definitely crossing NFL rules over with WWE rules.
Right, and no, I'm intentionally making the take a knee analogy or reference here because, you mentioned there's the XFL that will be returning in 2020, and it's largely going to be I guess it should really be called the MFL, the America Football League.
MAGA football, yeah.
Where everybody's got America during the America games, and nobody gets to take a knee because America.
Yeah, let's fill everybody in on what we're talking about. I've got an article here from Deadspin. Headline: XFL's criminality ban is definitely not an implied anti-protest rule and definitely not racist. The one thing we know for sure after Vince McMahon announced in a conference call on Thursday that he will relaunch the XFL is that McMahon himself is still cagey. It's tough to say we know much about the league beyond McMahon's promise that it's coming back in 2 years. We're still in the stage of development in which McMahon is holding back details and teasing the audience. It says a lot about the league. He teased that several of my fellow members of the liberal media were moved to push McMahon about whether XFL players will be forced to stand for the national anthem. It says a lot about this moment that we're talking about any of this at all. It was Alpha Entertainment, parent company of the new XFL, that filed for various football-related trademarks right as President Donald Trump's war on NFL players was heating up.
Now,
which led to speculation that MAGA football was in fact the plan, and this was confirmed when Vince McMahon announced that not only will the national anthem be played at the beginning of these football games, which by the way it wasn't in the NFL until 2009, that all players will be required to stand for the anthem.
Right. And one thing that's interesting here, the original XFL was, like a wholly owned subsidiary of, or I guess only partially owned because it was a joint venture between WWF and NBC, but it was part of that same company. This new thing, Alpha Entertainment, is a completely different company.
That's so that when he inevitably loses his ass on this one too, that hopefully the WWE is not affected. Although there is speculation that this is just a move to attempt to make WWE shares and possibly the whole company more palatable to Fox, who is rumored to be trying to purchase WWE and subsequently the XFL.
Right, and one of the reasons that I've heard that Fox might even want to purchase WWE is because WWE's TV deal is coming up next year, and it might just be cheaper for them to buy the entire company than to buy the television rights.
And right now, the television rights belong to NBC Universal, but it's broadcast on the USA Network and also on Hulu. Fox, oddly enough, is divesting its shares of Hulu to Disney. Funny how we started with a wrestling story. We ended up talking about the media industry, which is where I work. But long story short, it's MAGA football. Donald Trump is probably betting on it too, but Vince McMahon is basically betting that even though people are tuning out from sports altogether, that somehow they're going to tune back into an inferior football league with players they've never heard of, providing an inferior football product just to watch black people stand for the anthem instead of kneeling for it, because MAGA.
Well, will it really necessarily be players that nobody's ever heard of, or could it be some players that might currently be playing in, say, Canada, players currently playing in the Arena League, some college players that maybe just weren't good enough to make it to the NFL? You can join us if you want to. You can call 603-283-6160 or join us on discord.lrn.fm. This is the call to freedom. I'm not Will, but it's still the call to freedom.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
Hey, I'm LRN.FM Program Director Ian Freeman. If you're listening to our free-to-air satellite feed in North or Central America, heads up! We've been on the same channel on the Galaxy 19 satellite since 2010, but now our satellite provider is moving us to a new channel on a different transponder. The original channel will stay on the air until the end of February to give you time to transition without any loss of service, so don't delay. I've posted the new channel details at sat.lrn.fm, but in case you're listening with no internet access, if you do a blind scan on your receiver, you should see the new channel at transponder 12, 11,936 megahertz, horizontal polarization, symbol rate 20,000, FEC 3/4. All that information is at sat.lrn.fm, as well as a link to our Patreon where you can support our channels for just $2 a month. Visit sat.lrn.fm for more information about our international satellite channels, and thanks for listening to LRN.FM.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.FM.
This is the Call to Freedom, and make sure you listen for that faucet sound at some point.
Yeah, the leaky Vertcoin crypto faucet.
The leaky faucet where, you know, it just happens to leak occasionally. And when you hear that, you will call in 603-283-6160. Call in on Discord using discord.lrn.fm, or you can Skype. The Skype username is lrn.fm. LRN, as in Liberty Radio Network. That's because this show is broadcast on the Liberty Radio Network and also the Bit Plus satellite, and it happens inside the Vertcoin studios. Now, I'm not Will. Will is normally in this seat on Mondays through Fridays, but he asked me to fill in today because he had some things to take care of, but still joined, as always, I believe, by Tom and Aria, who are remote for now. Hopefully one day soon, Tom and Aria will be sitting inside the Vertcoin studios during this show.
Emphasis on inside.
Well,
Yeah, I think what's delaying Aria is she's waiting for warm weather.
Well, it's warm in the studio.
Yeah, but it's not outside, and I have to travel to the studio.
Layers keep you warm. So we were talking about...
But see, I actually have arthritis in my jaw, though.
Oh.
It won't work for that.
Yeah.
I guess you need like a helmet, maybe?
Balaclava. Balaclava. I wear one when I go running in the wintertime.
I think a balaclava is one of those like things you have to wrap in some ornate way to go around your face, Aria.
No. They have very fancy ones where it's one or two pieces of fabric. You pull it over your head, and there's no wrapping involved in my balaclavas. So
I'll have to look into that.
Whatever.
We were talking about the XFL because Vincent Kennedy McMahon has said that he wants to bring that back. Vince McMahon of WWE fame, WWF fame, that the guy that, he popularized sports entertainment. It's not pro wrestling. It's sports entertainment, according to Mr. McMahon, who, Tom, did you happen to see Raw 25 on Monday?
Unfortunately, yes. I actually signed up for a free trial of a streaming service that I hadn't tried before, so I could watch it, because I expected it to be, a momentous and good occasion, and it really, really wasn't.
Well, that opening segment was really good, where Vince took the stunners.
Yeah, where he reminded us why he's one of the most hated on-screen characters of the good old Attitude Era, because he can turn a crowd on him, in an instant.
Well, they
almost.
were in Brooklyn.
Well, some of them were in Brooklyn. Some of them were across the way in Manhattan. And those people were not happy at all.
And apparently Vince is not only going to be the most hated villain in the WWE, but possibly in professional sports with the revived XFL, where there will be 8 teams with 40-man rosters. That quite a difference from the NFL, where they have a 53-man roster and much more than 8 teams. There's also going to be a 10-week regular season and a 4-team playoff. He said that the league will be fan-centric, this according to Business Insider. And there's also going to be, quote-unquote, no criminality whatsoever.
In other words, no football players.
Right. Well, I'm wondering why he doesn't apply that rule to the WWE, where you've got a Universal Champion right now who failed several drug tests through USADA. One of the members of the Usos recently got popped for a DWI. Now, I will say that they have released a couple of guys recently, the one guy is just suspended, the other being released, Enzo Amore getting released after some horrible allegations, according to what I've heard. I've not actually read the allegation, but absolutely horrible allegations against Enzo. And then there was the domestic abuse complaint against Rich Swann, and he's been off TV since.
He had those charges dismissed against him. Rich Swann did. Enzo.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that just came out yesterday. Enzo, on the other hand, let me put it this way. If I told you that the story involved Instagram saying to a woman, quote, "I have 1 million Instagram followers, you should be begging for this, D," would that make it more believable that he actually committed the sexual assault? Envision Enzo Amore saying that in your head. Because
yeah. My name is Enzo Amore. Yeah.
A certified
and
G.
You can't teach that. You can't teach that.
I wish someone had taught him about consent.
Yeah, that's very easy to teach someone. And there's actually a YouTube video that explains consent as if you were offering someone a cup of tea. Just because somebody said yes to a cup of tea yesterday doesn't mean that they want a cup of tea right now. And if they do say that they want a cup of tea, it doesn't mean that you get to pour the tea down their throat.
What if you're offering them a cup of haters? Cup of haters?
Yeah, he definitely has a cup of haters. So
including the Phoenix, Arizona Police Department.
Let's talk about the XFL a little bit more instead of rape.
Yeah. Well, there might be some overlap if they decide to I don't know if Ben Roethlisberger retires from the NFL. He's one of Trump's buddies, apparently.
I wonder if Vince would sign Brock Lesnar to be a defensive tackle in the XFL.
He couldn't. He can barely afford Brock Lesnar's appearance fees now. How's he going to afford him for 8 games a season?
He'll only show up for the championship game. Yeah, like
and only for 5 plays.
Yeah, 5 plays. He gets a sack each play. It's written into the contract. Well, one of those sacks turns into a safety.
I doubt the XFL will even be able to afford Paul Heyman.
And then Brock Lesnar eats the opposing quarterback at the end of the game.
That I'd watch.
You know, hashtag cannibalism in the XFL. I don't know. What are your thoughts? 603-283-6160 or call on Skype, lrn.fm. Or if you've got this Discord thing, you can call using that, discord.lrn.fm, and listen for that faucet.
Hi, I'm Derek J. I don't want a politician to represent me. To me, government is the idea that one group of people can coerce everyone to comply with an edict or face increasing punishments up to and including death. Despite perhaps the most noble of intentions, the best government services are a far cry from what could be provided for by voluntary interactions. Besides, the people who call themselves the government wage wars and put peaceful people in jail for crimes involving no victims. If Starbucks used some of its money to drop bombs, I wouldn't shop there. So why would I support the American empire? The empire does not require my consent.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. That's victimlesscrimespree.com.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com. On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of of liberty.
Your AMP will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you AMP Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom live on LRN.FM. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
This is the Call to Freedom. You can join us by calling 603-283-6160. Or if you use the Discord, and I see that there are people in the Discord, if any of you want to call in, there's that voice call thing, discord.lrn.fm. Or if you use the Skype, you can Skype in lrn.fm. We are live on the Liberty Radio Network inside the VertCoin studios, broadcasting across North America and most of Africa on the Bit Plus satellite. And make sure you listen for that leaky VertCoin faucet later on. When you hear that, call in 603-283-6160. or again through the Skype or the Discord. And coming up in just a couple of weeks is the New Hampshire Liberty Forum. It will be the 11th one, and it seems to be getting better every year. This year, Jack Spirko, Lou Perez, Vin Armani, and others are joining to talk about how they activate their life through liberty and how you can do the same. There will be breakout sessions focused on bringing activism projects to our attendees, and you'll be able to get your teeth into other things at the conference and walk away with something that excites you enough to continue making liberty in your lifetime a reality. And Call to Freedom will be at the Liberty Forum. Get your tickets by going to nhlibertyforum.com. They take Federal Reserve notes and Dash, and if you use the code CTF10, as in Call to Freedom, and the number 10, CTF10, you get a special discount. Thanks for being a listener to the Call to Freedom. So, Tom, you wanted to sort of move away from the football talk, the MAGA Football League, to immigration. Trump's claim of making America great again by adding border walls and not allowing people into the country.
Yeah, he might be getting people not allowed into the country, but he appears to be caving, one might say, on the prospect of letting people stay. So, from Reuters, U.S. President Donald Trump is offering a path to citizenship for up to 1.8 million young illegal immigrants, but insists on measures that would curb some legal immigration programs and provide a border wall with Mexico, senior White House officials said Thursday. The White House offered to double the number of Dreamers, people brought to the country illegally as children, who would be protected from deportation, describing it as a major concession aimed at attracting enough votes for an immigration deal from Democrats. But the plan comes with significant strings attached to appeal to Republicans, including requirements to slash family sponsorship of immigrants, tighten border security, and provide billions of dollars in funding for a border wall with Mexico that Trump made one of his major campaign promises.
So what I'm hearing here, and the more I hear about this thing, the more I'm convinced it's not going to wind up passing, because he's saying, all right, Democrats, I'll give you a bone, and Republicans, I'll give you the meat that was on the bone, and hopefully everybody winds up being happy, but then nobody's happy because, they're getting this thing and I'm not getting the thing that I want and something. I don't see it as going to wind up passing.
I really can't see Democrats going for it. But then again, who could have seen Chuck Schumer basically caving on the government shutdown after less than a week to get absolutely nothing back? And let's remind everybody that this is an offer from Trump that has not necessarily been discussed with Senate Republican leadership. It definitely hasn't been discussed with the House, where the idea of, I don't know, being nice to people who are just here trying to work and who crossed an imaginary line when they were children and didn't have a choice to the contrary, letting those people stay, is anathema to certain people in the House-controlled, or the GOP-controlled House, I should say. The House-controlled GOP, that's a funny Freudian slip in a way.
It's basically the same thing, right?
That's pretty much it. Because the House are the ones in the driver's seat on this for a very simple reason. The Senate has to pretend to be the reasonable institution, whereas the House of Representatives gets to be the shrieking, frothing, immigrant-hating. Wait a minute, there's a faucet. What's that mean, Daryl?
That sounds like
or do you even know?
No, it sounds like it's that weird leaky pipe over here that some Vertcoin come out of occasionally. 603-283-6160. 603-283-6160 or the discord.lrn.fm or on Skype, lrn.fm. Now,
there are so many ways to get this free money, people. Come on, come and get it. It's free cryptocurrency. I'm not sure what we're giving away on the leaky Vertcoin faucet today, but it could be Putin coin, it could be Dogecoin, it could be Ruby.
I thought the Vertcoin one was always Vertcoin.
Is it Vertcoin? I don't know. I don't pay attention.
I don't know. I was told it was called the Vertcoin faucet.
Yeah, Vertcoin sponsors it because Vertcoin is the prime sponsor of our show and is the sponsor for the Vertcoin studio from which Daryl is broadcasting today.
Yes.
If we do have Vertcoin to give away, that would be absolutely excellent. We love Vertcoin here. We have a lot of confidence in it, and this is a good time to be getting into Vertcoin because of where the market is and where we expect Vertcoin to go once the market rebounds. So we were talking about immigration.
Yes.
This is, of course, one of the things that Trump is insisting needs to end or be significantly curbed under this quote-unquote proposal is so-called chain migration, which is really just this insane policy that people like to be with their families.
Right. Now, this chain migration thing, I wonder if they could somehow put this on a blockchain and then regulate something to where it's immutable, to where if you cross a border, then there's a permanent record of it and something.
Don't give them any ideas.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We were just talking about this yesterday, how ICE had kicked some big contract to an outfit that specifically tracks crypto transactions to try to catch people doing things the government doesn't want them to do.
Yeah.
So apparently they might even be ahead of you there, Daryl.
Yeah, and the chain migration is basically they're now going to limit it to where you can only apply to have your spouse or your children come over to the United States, where previously it was parents and siblings were also able to be petitioned.
Sorry, Grandma, you've got to stay in that S-hole country. Go ahead.
A lot of people really don't understand how extraordinarily difficult it actually is to legally migrate to the United States. And that's something that Will speaks about a lot. I mean, it hits hard the way he tells it. It's much more difficult.
Right. It's not only, a lot of bureaucratic rigmarole of years of filling out paperwork. It's also very costly because you have to keep paying filing fees every time you turn in some of the papers. And if a bureaucrat misplaces one of your papers, well, sorry about your damn luck. Give us more money and give us this paper again.
Yeah, at any time they show up and say, give us money or we're taking your wife away.
Yeah.
Your
calls, if you have experience with this and want to talk about it, 603-283-6160, discord.lrn.fm, or call us on the Skype. Skype username is lrn.fm. This is the Call to Freedom from the Vertcoin Studios on the Liberty Radio Network.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.fm.
This is The Call to Freedom from the Vertcoin Studios. broadcast on the Liberty Radio Network and over North and most of Central America, most of Africa on the Bit Plus satellite system. And we did have that Vertcoin faucet go off a little bit ago. Still waiting on a winner for that. So if you want some free cryptocurrency, and who doesn't like free things, right? 603-283-6160. You can also call in using the voice chat thing on Discord, discord.lrn.fm, or you can call in on Skype. The Skype username is lrn.fm. Normally, it is Will Coley and his crazy bunch of friends, but I'm not Will. I'm Daryl. But it's still Will's crazy friends, who are quickly becoming my crazy friends as well. Tom and Arya from some place like Narnia or Westeros.
I wish it was that nice.
Something
here.
like that.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm sure Arya wishes there were more elves and dwarves and such in her area, as opposed to the kinds of people who actually live where she does.
Now, one thing that exists in Westeros that Donald Trump wants to exist in the United States is that big giant ice wall. Now, I don't know if he actually wants to use ice to build his $21 billion wall on the border with Mexico, but he's trying to get Republicans to vote for that and also get Democrats to vote for that by saying, Democrats, I'm going to let you keep the Dreamers. I'm going to let the Dreamers stay in the country. You want that, right? You want the Dreamers to stay in the country? Okay, well, give me a border wall.
And also, don't let them bring their families here. And also,
it's not just don't let the Dreamers bring their families. It's
don't let anybody,
any of the immigrants, bring their families.
By the way,
except from Europe, of course. He's okay with Europe, and there will always be exclusions for Europe.
Yeah.
Exceptions, I mean.
Did you guys see, by the way, the other day where one of those ice dragnets caught a guy from Ireland?
Yeah, I saw something about that. Wasn't he a doctor?
No, that was he's from Poland. No, this was and he has the guy you're talking about has a green card. But got picked up for some offense, and they're threatening to take away his green card. No, there's actually a dreamer from Ireland got picked up in an ice sting.
Interesting.
Yep.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I think he was a dreamer. Anyway, you probably didn't hear much about it.
Was he a drinker?
You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
Sorry.
Come on, Arya. I'm Irish, and you know my thing.
Are you? If I learned one thing about Ireland from Family Guy, it's that Ireland has more drunks than people.
See?
Well, that's what you get when you learn your socioeconomic anything from Family Guy. I mean, Family Guy also made Tom Brady look like an okay human being, and we all know that's a bunch of crap.
It's also been unfair to religious people.
Yeah, everybody knows that Tom Brady has deflated balls.
Poor Giselle.
Yeah.
And trans people.
Well,
I hate Family Guy, period, actually.
Hold on. Tom Brady...
No. She's saying Family Guy is mean to trans people as well as Christians.
Okay. I thought somehow Tom Brady was mean to trans people with his deflated balls.
Well, that may be true as well.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Unfortunately.
Somebody piece together that joke and call it in for us, please.
Yes, someone makes sense of what we're talking about here.
We gave you the punchline. Just give us the give us the lead up.
Give us the joke. Make the thing we just said both cogent and funny. I know it's a difficult challenge.
Yes.
We certainly aren't capable of doing it ourselves. But back to immigration.
Yes.
Well, we've talked about how in exchange for this DACA fix and as part of the bargain, not only does Trump want the wall, he wants new limits on legal immigration. So let's now take a sledgehammer to the false construct that is the idea that this was ever about illegal immigration
Right.
and not just about immigration, period. It's just straight up about keeping people who aren't like Donald Trump himself, the grandson of an immigrant, but I guess we can gloss over that.
Right. Now, I'm
from coming
curious here. I'm curious if, the details of what he's actually going to be proposing to Congress have not really come out, but I do recall recently there was discussion about some in Congress wanting to get rid of the so-called immigration lottery. So I don't know if this is, part of that. We're going to limit legal immigration by just getting rid of the immigration lottery.
Yep, that's probably in there. And he wanted to limit immigration lottery based on the quality of the country that people were coming from in the first place. Because, of course, it makes sense that people from countries where everything is already hunky-dory would want to move. Or maybe not. Maybe our immigration policy was supposed to allow people who want to have, I don't know, a better life in our supposedly free market system to come here.
Right, and let's just sort of point out the hypocrisy and cognitive dissonance of a lot of the Republicans who, on the one hand, will say they shouldn't move from wherever they are. They should stay and fix it, whilst simultaneously telling people like us, if you don't sufficiently love America, you should just leave.
Exactly.
Yep. Go to Somalia, right?
Well, which is it? Should I stay and try to fix it, or should I be forced to leave? Because you're telling me conflicting things here.
You're one of them there smart college-educated people. You figure it out.
Well, actually, they're not conflicting themselves. I mean, what they're really saying is if we don't want people here who aren't exactly like us, both ideologically and ethnically.
Oh.
They're just beating around the bush about it because they're cowards.
Cowards. That's exactly right. It's almost
if that's how they're going to feel, they might as well say it.
Right, but they don't want to actually say it.
Right, because they're cowards.
Yeah.
Cowards.
Yeah, reminds me of the
good old cadets' shin splints.
Reminds me of what was it? The Sam Kinison thing where he would just yell like, "Say it!" Or am I thinking of something else?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Couldn't you make that
Nor do I.
a wrestling reference? I could back you up if you used a wrestling reference instead of something else. I'm just saying.
Okay, so it's like when The Rock hit Mankind in the head 15 times with unprotected chair shots and then yelled at him, "Say it," and then they played the audio recording while he was laying there unconscious in a pool of his own blood.
Well, that's just traumatizing.
Okay, that went off the rails.
Yeah, come on.
Well, you told me to use a wrestling reference.
Not one that extensive and violent.
And now Mick Foley's brain is scrambled and he can't wrestle anymore.
Oh my God,
is that true?
Well, it's his hip is more the issue with him wrestling. I think he kind of doesn't have one.
The memory issues is what led him to retire the first time, because he forgot entire things of wrestling matches. Of, hey, did we do that spot? Did we do this? Mick, look at your arm. And that's where all the thumbtacks were, because he has. Did we do that thumbtack spot?
Did we do that ladder spot? Speaking of ways to get over stupid walls.
Ooh, speaking of ladders, what was it? Not John Morrison, the other guy, Joey Mercury, when his face got shattered by the ladder on that seesaw spot. That was horrible.
I'm not entirely sure we're talking about immigration anymore.
No, now I'm just talking about horrible wrestling injuries.
What is this going to do? Because, Trump and Vince McMahon are kind of bosom buddies. What's this going to do to the United Kingdom Championship, where they're all working on visas?
And Shane McMahon will climb to the top of the border wall and try to drop an elbow on somebody.
And probably that person will be pulled out of the way by Sami Zayn.
Yes. Yeah, it's most likely going to happen, and then, 30 men go over the top rope.
All right, give him the number for the faucet again.
603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160. Call on Discord using the voice thingy, discord.lrn.fm, or on the Skype. Username is lrn.fm. This is the Call to Freedom on the Liberty Radio Network from the VertCoin Studios.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
Hi, this is Mark Edge of Free Talk Live. Michael W. Dean's book, User's Manual for the Human Experience, changed my life. In a culture that attempts to turn you into a compliant victim, this book gives you implementable steps on everything from how to be aware of your environment, walking down the street, to business, to how to handle a toxic person in your life. If you're a human, you need to read this book at least once. Go to Amazon and get the Kindle version, or paperback, or an audiobook of A User's Manual for the Human Experience.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keenan, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, January 26th, 2018. Silver is trading at $17.42 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,352 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $41, and the average price of Bitcoin is $11,493. Antiwar.com reports the U.S. continues to try to ratchet up the tensions with North Korea despite diplomatic progress being made between the two Koreas, and the Treasury Department announced new sanctions on Thursday against 16 people and 6 North Korean flagged ships. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin also called on all nations, particularly China and Russia, to expel all North Koreans from their territory, accusing them of trying to fund the nuclear weapons program by soliciting funds abroad and evading sanctions. International interest in enforcing sanctions, particularly those imposed by the United States, has its limits. However, and recent reports suggest that North Korea has found itself new ways to evade sanctions, limiting their ability to export coal. Coal exports from North Korea to Russia, according to Reuters, was then passed on to South Korea and Japan, two of the nations that present themselves as most interested in enforcing the sanctions, but which appear less eager to go digging for technical violations through intermediaries. Zencash is the world's first private, distributed, and reliable platform for communications, transactions, and publishing. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. Zencash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io. UPI reports the engineer at the helm of an Amtrak train that crashed in December and killed 3 people in Washington state mistook a signal on the tracks at the curve where the train derailed. The 55-year-old engineer and the 48-year-old conductor who were in the lead locomotive at the time of the crash were seriously injured and unable to answer questions from investigators until last week. The National Transportation Safety Board said the engineer reported he felt rested and was not distracted by the presence of the conductor, who is there to become familiar with the tracks and the territory. In a news release, the NTSB said the engineer knew there would be a curve with a 30-mile-per-hour speed limit at milepost 19.8, but he did not remember seeing milepost 18 or the 30-mile-per-hour advanced speed sign. The release said, he said as soon as he saw the 30-mile-per-hour sign at the start of the curve, he applied the brakes. Seconds later, the train derailed as it entered the curve. The NTSB said it is considering human performance, signals, train control, the tracks, and engineering in its investigation, which is expected to last 1 to 2 years. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports President Donald Trump is offering a path to citizenship for up to 1.8 million young undocumented immigrants, but insists on measures that would curb some legal immigration programs and provide a border wall with Mexico, according to a senior White House official on Thursday. The White House offered to more than double the number of Dreamers who would be protected from deportation, describing it as a major concession aimed at attracting enough votes for an immigration deal from Democrats. But the plan comes with significant strings attached to appeal to Republicans, including requirements to slash family sponsorship of immigrants, tighten border security, and provide billions of dollars in funding for a border wall with Mexico that Trump made one of his major campaign promises. The package was immediately panned by pro-immigration groups, which said the plan was a bad trade-off. It was also slammed by some conservative groups, which decried the expansion of amnesty for undocumented immigrants. The leader of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, Democratic Representative Michelle Lujan Grisham, said the Trump plan used Dreamers as a bargaining chip for sweeping anti-immigration policies. Early reaction from some Republicans in the Senate, where the plan may receive a vote in early February, was positive. Negotiations will be tough, with Democratic Senator Dick Durbin, who has championed the cause of Dreamers, saying the plan puts Trump's entire hardline immigration agenda, including massive cuts to legal immigration, on the backs of these young people. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
A civilian casualty is flattered to have been mistaken for a Hamas leader, and an asexually reproduced sea sponge is worried she's turning into herself. This news summary is best enjoyed in a state of leisurely repose, so sit back, relax, and let the waves of condensed news gently lap at your brain. This is the Onion Week in Review. Hoping to foster a lifelong connection to the airline, Delta announced the launch of its official alumni magazine, Flown, this week, a quarterly publication for people who have been passengers with the airline at some point in the past. A press release from Delta confirmed that the magazine will feature obituaries, wedding announcements, and profiles of prominent flyers that celebrate the shared experiences and interests of the airline's 900 million alumni.
I think it's a nice thing for Delta to do. I mean, it's always interesting to just skim through an issue, see what the old boarding group's up to. It kind of makes me nostalgic for the few hours back when I was on that flight to Tampa. Simpler days.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Hold. Hold. Hold!
You better
to hold on for dear life, because it's time for the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com on the Call to Freedom.
That's right. This is the Call to Freedom, and you can call to join us. 603-283-6160. Skype username is LRN.FM, or you can join us on Discord, discord.lrn.fm. And I am not Will. Normally it is Will sitting in this chair in the VertCoin studio. I am not Will. I am Daryl. But I'm joined by Will's random cast of people, or cast of crazy people. Not really sure the correct terms to use there. But I am joined by Tom and Aria. Say hi, guys.
Hello again.
Why would we say hi after you keep calling us crazy?
Crazy?
I mean,
I was crazy once. They put me in a round room. I'm not going to continue that entire thing. But yeah,
I hear you also used to have a thick Alabama accent.
Allegedly. This is the Crypto Hour. Aria, you've got a weird story about Ripple. And before we get into that, let's jump to the Discord, where we've got Big Weasley calling in. Big Weasley, you're on the Call to Freedom. Oh, and before I forget, we do have a winner on that VertCoin faucet. His name is Mortified Penguin. So congratulations to Mortified Penguin for being our winner on that VertCoin faucet. Big Weasley, go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes, hello. I'd like to introduce myself by saying I'm not a Republican. I'm a liberal.
Okay.
But I was thinking about the thing you were talking about, cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
And saying that Republicans are saying, leave the country if you don't like it. But at the same time, they are saying, I'm hearing echo here. I think I have the stream on. Yeah, okay. So they're saying, leave if you don't like it here, and stay and fix it at the same time. But
Correct.
I don't really believe that is cognitive dissonance, because I believe they are saying, if you don't like it here, you can just as well leave. It's not forceful. But if you are here, you should try to make it better and work. I don't agree that's cognitive dissonance at all. I think it's very...
But that's not what I've ever been. Every time I've ever wound up being told, if you don't like it, leave, it's when I have said things need to change.
There's also the more
but in
fun.
what direction? If you disagree, like, I don't believe that you say things need to change and he says, then get out. I think it goes further than that. I don't think anyone would.
As libertarians and anarchists, we hear it all the time.
Yes.
I mean, anytime we talk about what's wrong, it's, well, you can get out.
Are you anarchists?
I am.
Is. It's in her website name. She's the anarchist she-male.
I don't disavow the term. I believe that all coercive governments need to cease existing.
Yeah, the only one here who
there should be no police.
That sounds
absolutely
nice.
not.
Keep talking. This conversation's getting very erotic for me when you say no police.
Yeah, but
police are thugs, murderers, rapists, criminals. I mean, they're paid to literally kidnap people and hold them for ransom. That's not something we need for a civilized society. In fact, it keeps society from being civil.
Also, those same kinds of police are
like
oftentimes...
conspiracy for a theorist.
Well, it's not really conspiratorial. It's just choosing particular words to describe reality. I mean, whether you want to call it civil asset forfeiture or theft.
Bad descriptive words.
Whether you want to call it...
I mean, that's what they do. It's not even alternate. It's not a conspiracy theory. That is what they literally do. They literally are paid to kidnap people and hold them for ransom.
You can describe anything terribly.
No, you can describe something as kidnapping and holding people for ransom, then that's probably something that you should be doing.
No, Big Weasley, you can't drop the F word. Thank you.
Now Daryl has to go back and do work later.
Yeah, and I don't know how
we were having a nice
cause
discussion.
Somebody to I don't know how to get them out of the Discord room, but that is muted.
It's okay, we didn't.
When 70% of the people that are being arrested by police are being arrested for offenses that have no victim, yeah, I would say that they're preventing civilized society from existing.
And also, kind of to the callers, on the other side of the caller's point, instead of saying if you like it here but you want it to change, you need to stay and fix it, they're actually saying don't come here in the first place, even if you like what's going on here already, because you happen to have been bored in another place. When it comes to immigration, it's not even, and people don't come to America in particular, but usually don't come to more developed nations than the ones that they're coming from because they want to change the political atmosphere. They come because they want a better life for themselves. And if they get here and there's one party and they somehow obtain the right to vote, which, by the way, immigrants don't have, if there happens to be one party that's
not until they get citizenship. Well, once they obtain citizenship,
if they're even able to do that.
Which can oftentimes take 10, 15 years.
Yeah, and that's a non sequitur in and of itself because, again, the deal that's being pitched includes not only provisions for people who could get citizenship, but people who don't even want citizenship. They just want to be allowed to stay with their families and work peaceably, and also be a sucker like me and pay taxes.
Yeah. Yeah, I paid some of that theft yesterday. It wasn't a lot of theft, but there was a little bit when I bought lunch inside the cafeteria at the State House. I mean, the sausage factory. New Hampshire has a prepared meals tax, so I wound up paying 9% on my ham and cheese omelet with home fries, toast, and a side of bacon.
Well, at least they paid. At least, hey, you drove there on a road, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
only because the FAA prevents flying cars from being a thing,
or personal drones.
Yeah. So we're not talking about cryptocurrency, and this is Crypto Hour. Aria, tell us about some Crypto Hour stuff.
Well, Tom was going to read the story regarding CoinCheck being hacked.
Yeah, I'll start into it. We'll probably have to carry on into the next segment if that's okay. So, from news.bitcoin.com, one of Japan's largest cryptocurrency exchanges has halted all withdrawals amid rumors of a large-scale hack. Ripple, worth $123 million, was withdrawn from its wallet on Friday, January 26th, along with a single withdrawal of 500 NEM. With the Altcoins Foundation president Long Wang then tweeting, "It is unfortunate that CoinCheck got hacked, but we are doing everything we can to help." Upon news of the alleged hack surfacing, the price of NEM dipped sharply, leaving it down 19% in the past 24 hours. $123 million worth of Ripple, that's like $500 million Ripple. And they know it was stolen because it was Ripple. And why would you take that voluntarily?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Now, maybe Aria
we'll let Aria get more into it.
Can tell us why we might not want to take Ripple. And if you do take Ripple and you want to call in, please do. 603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160. Discord.lrn.fm. Or call us on Skype, username LRN.FM. This is the Call to Freedom, live on the Liberty Radio Network from the VertCoin Studios.
Should you be able to earn an honest living free from senseless government interference? The Institute for Justice thinks so. That's why we've spent years defending hard-working men and women from pointless government regulations. Nationwide, IJ has created opportunity by reducing government power. But there is still more work to be done. Visit our website today at ij.org. Let IJ take care of the government so you can take care of your business.
Catch the Call to Freedom at its new time, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. The Call to Freedom is the only live drive-home call-in show in the U.S. with a segment devoted to cryptocurrencies. Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, live from Vertcoin Studios in New Hampshire. Learn about what makes cryptocurrencies so great and why you should care about them. Updates on new coins and ICOs, and warnings of scams. Plus, hear from traders, whales, developers, and big names in the crypto world. You can also win crypto coins or tokens every episode. Just listen for the faucet sound and be the 5th caller to get free Dash, Litecoin, Vertcoin, Verge, or other cryptocurrencies. The Call to Freedom with Will and Aria, featuring Crypto Hour. Broadcast internationally through our BitPlus network satellite. Weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. on LRN FM.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.LRN.FM. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447. Hey, I'm LRN.FM Program Director Ian Freeman. If you're listening to our free-to-air satellite feed in North or Central America, heads up! We've been on the same channel on the Galaxy 19 satellite since 2010, but now our satellite provider is moving us to a new channel on a different transponder. The original channel will stay on the air until the end of February to give you time to transition without any loss of service, so don't delay. I've posted the new channel details at sat.lrn.fm, but in case you're listening with no internet access, if you do a blind scan on your receiver, you should see the new channel at transponder 12, 11,936 megahertz, horizontal polarization, symbol rate 20,000, FEC 3/4. All that information is at sat.lrn.fm, as well as a link to our Patreon where you can support our channels for just $2 a month. Visit sat.lrn.fm for more information about our international satellite channels, and thanks for listening to LRN.fm.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom, brought to you by Helium.com. Unasikiliza Crypto Hour inayohusu wito wa uhuru, imeletwa kwako na Helium.com.
This is the Call to Freedom on the Liberty Radio Network, live from the Vertcoin Studios, broadcasting on the BitPlus satellite. And maybe you are new to the cryptocurrency world. There are a lot of coins, tokens, and exchanges making big promises. But how do you know who to trust? How? Well, luckily, there is the Cryptocurrency Check at cryptocurrencycheck.org. And Cryptocurrency Check helps you navigate the complex landscape by answering the questions. Or rather, the question, is it a legit coin or a bleep coin? Before you move your war dollars to that hot new currency, be sure to check Crypto Check by our very own Aria the Mezzo. That's CryptoCheck at cryptocurrencycheck.org. And speaking of, Aria, you're telling us about why Ripple is not something that good people should wind up investing in. Why?
Fedcoin.gov, as they call it, or as Will calls it, because it's an attempt to merge the old financial system, the one that we're trying to get away from, excuse me.
Yeah, it's definitely the one that I've been trying to get away from.
Right,
Yeah,
and that's generally the primary reason that cryptocurrencies exist, until you had this new influx of people who said, ooh, this is a way to make money. And those people, they're not behind it. Yeah, but that's not why you love cryptocurrencies.
Right. But I like money.
It is the reason why a lot of these
if you like money, we should hang out.
She likes money. That doesn't mean she's going to give you any of her money. It's very different.
Oh, I wasn't asking for Aria's money. No, I was quoting Idiocracy, where there's the guy. I can't believe you like money too. We should hang out.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we were talking about Ripple in the context of this theft from CoinCheck. It now appears that the Ripple was not actually what was stolen. It was removed by a group of users as a precautionary measure because of what was stolen. So here at the bottom of the story Aria shared, update. Japanese news site Nikkei.com, the Nikkei being Japan's stock exchange,
yes,
is claiming that CoinCheck has reported $532 million of NEM, that's CoinCheck's base coin, to the Financial Services Authority and the police as having been stolen. There is no mention of the Ripple, which would appear to confirm that the Ripple was withdrawn as a precautionary measure. The NEM team have also released a statement saying, "We will not hard fork to restore the funds. The NEM blockchain is a transparent, immutable ledger. We're helping with tagging the stolen XEM, or I suppose that's supposed to be NEM, and we're relaying the affected addresses to exchanges." So,
right, because it's so hard to send it to a different address.
So very, very hard.
I know you have to have another address, and you've got to scan a QR code, and then you've got to press send. It's so difficult, so many steps. I don't know how anybody ever does that to buy lunch with Dash like I did a couple days ago.
So anyway, what we've got here, it appears there's been a large theft from CoinCheck. They have halted trading. Not a lot of info yet on who stole it and how, just that CoinCheck's base coin NEM. Oh, apparently the stock ticker name for NEM is XEM. Why is that?
Okay.
Anyway, it's shut down since this morning. The price of their base coin is down by about 25%, and we're still waiting to find out exactly how they got hold of it. Any speculation there, Aria, on the method of the attack? Because I haven't seen anything.
No, definitely not. But
I'm guessing they used a computer.
Very good, Daryl. Go ahead, Aria.
We were talking about this yesterday with how lax security is generally in the IT world, especially among crypto exchanges. And, 24 hours later, there's a hack of $757 million or whatever it is that you said. So it's not surprising, and it's going to continue happening. I think Coinbase, ironically enough, is the only one not getting hit with hacks.
Right.
Yet.
And there was the caller earlier that mentioned the conspiracy theorist term, and there are some people that would say, well, the reason Coinbase isn't getting hacked is because they're being controlled by they, them, those that want to control everything, and they're not going to hack themselves.
So,
well, I can't speak about whether or not that is true, but conspiracy theorists have a theory for everything, including why the frogs are gay.
Oh, yeah, and have you seen the video that somebody did of Alex Jones ranting about turning the frogs gay, but they colored Alex Jones to where he's got green skin and like songified it. Wow. It's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, it's great. Can you pull it up and play it? I mean, obviously listeners can't see it, but
yeah, let me pull up the Turning the Frogs Gay song, and if you've got thoughts on people stealing Ripple, turning frogs gay, I wonder if somebody could put gay frogs on a blockchain. But yeah, give us a call, 603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160. On Discord, discord.lrn.fm, or Skype. Username is lrn.fm, and I think I have the song here. I've got it pulled up. Let me just slide this up here and press play. And nope, something. Oh, I've got the wrong one pulled up. So
that's okay. I'll read something equally funny for Arya to react to. Oh, there we go. Crap. Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs.
And he's doing the face wipe thing that he does so very often.
I used to do that a lot back when I was a serious problem drinker.
What?
Not
yell about the frogs turning gay and
wipe my face a lot. Wiping my face a lot. I never got so drunk that I yelled anything Alex Jones has ever said.
I mean, the funny thing is there are actually scientific studies proving that fish are turning trans because of hormones that we're dumping into the water.
Very good for them. Very interesting. Needs to be on a blockchain. 603-283-6160. That's how you can call in and join us here on the Call to Freedom on the Liberty Radio Network from the VertCoin Studios, also on the BitPlus satellite.
The Subway restaurant chain has reacted with shock this week after executives discovered that many customers are apparently purchasing footlong sandwiches and eating the entire 12 inches by themselves. A spokesperson for the company addressed reporters this morning.
This is not how our products are intended to be consumed. Our footlong subs have always been meant to be shared among 2 or more friends. Eating an entire foot of food shouldn't be possible for most people, but they've been doing it somehow, and it needs to stop.
To encourage healthier eating habits, Subway is clarifying its marketing, adjusting language on menus and in television commercials like this one.
$5 footlongs? Wow, that's $2.50 per person.
Subway's corporate leadership says they were horrified to learn of the misunderstanding.
It's frightening. I mean, you don't see people eating entire pizzas by themselves. We even cut the footlongs in half into 2 regular-sized sandwiches before handing them to you. But I guess that wasn't clear enough.
This is the Onion News Network.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Lil Drums. Every bit as fun as a full-size Nestle drumstick cone, and definitely cuter. Visit us at drumstick.com. Vacations are all about family time, but you don't have to leave home to have fun. Take 1 weekend a month and devote it to family activities. Pull out the board games and puzzles, serve up some treats, or have a picnic. Even without leaving home, you'll feel like you've really had some time away. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon.
That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
This is novelist Tom Robbins. When my mother was diagnosed with glaucoma, her conservative Virginia physician told her there was only one treatment that might ease her pain and save her eyesight. That treatment was medical marijuana, which he could not prescribe. I offered to get her some and teach her how to use it effectively, but my father objected because marijuana was against the law. So my mother, who loved to read and walk in nature, was condemned to grow cruelly, unnecessarily blind. Tragedies like this happen all the time, but they don't have to keep happening. To learn more about medical marijuana, call the Marijuana Policy Project at 1-877-JOIN-MPP or visit them on the web at mpp.org.
Love what we do? Please help support our international satellite channels at patreon.lrn.fm. That's patreon.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, on the call to freedom on LRN.fm. أنتم تستمعون إلى The Crypto Hour. يقدم إليكم برعاية Helium.com على برنامج نداء للحرية على LRN.fm.
This is the Call to Freedom on the Liberty Radio Network, live from the VertCoin Studios, broadcasting over North and Central America on the BitPlus satellite, and over most of Africa on the BitPlus satellite, and of course globally on the Liberty Radio Network, LRN.FM. You can join us by calling in 603-283-6160. Call us on Discord, discord.lrn.fm, or call on Skype. Username is LRN.FM. I am not Will Coley. I am Daryl, but I'm still joined by Will's cast of co-hosts Tom and Aria, and this is the Crypto Hour. There was something that Tom was about to tell us about some coin, but I don't remember which one. And I'm not sure. Maybe he's not back from getting his pizza.
He was about to tell us about all of them.
Yeah, I was
all
about
of the
to tell
coins.
you the prices on
not
the top
all,
coins.
because there's like 3,000, but
Yeah, just like the top few or so. So right now, Bitcoin is trading at $10,977.30. Ethereum $1,044.19. It's Bitcoin down 3% in 24 hours. Ethereum down 2.1%. Ripple trading at $1.21, down 8.73%. I wonder why. And our friends over
Fedcoin.gov.
Womp womp. And our friends over at VertCoin currently trading at $4.36. Still very much a buyer's market for all of those coins, except for Ripple. Please don't do that.
Yeah, friends don't let friends buy Ripple.
That's right. And one coin that's doing very well right now. I always want Will to like find a random coin that is up for no particular reason because it's interesting to me. Rayblocks, ticker symbol XRB, is up 29.95% in the last 24 hours, trading at $16.87. If you have any ideas on why that might be, or you're a Rayblocks enthusiast, we'd love to hear from you. But we were talking about the hack of this Japanese exchange CoinCheck. The next story Aria brought us, is what governments around the world are probably going to do in response to these hacks and these vulnerabilities in the blockchain, which is regulation. Because if there's one entity that's good at keeping your money safe, it's government, right? Not so much.
Yeah,
Can we store the regulations in the blockchain?
No, because that means they're immutable and can never be repealed. Unless it's on the Ethereum blockchain, and then, the guy that created that can just go back and undo it whenever he wants to.
Don't get me started on that. We don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Well, we might. We'll find if we run out of stuff to talk about in the last hour, we might have to.
Well, I mean, the whole point of blockchain is that it's supposed to be immutable. Once a new block is added, the previous block is supposed to be unchanging forever. When you go back and you start changing those blocks, you completely undermine the entirety of cryptocurrency and blockchain itself.
Right.
So, screw you, Ethereum.
Yeah.
Back to you, Tom.
Wow.
Well, I thought
then.
I thought, Aria, you were going to tell us about some regulations in Russia? Or was that Tom?
Yep. I'll go ahead and do the read, and
All
then
right.
Aria, being the crypto queen, can actually give us some cogent analysis. So, from news.bitcoin.com, Russia finalizes federal law on cryptocurrency regulation. The Russian government is in the process of finalizing the federal law for the regulation of cryptocurrencies and initial coin offerings, also known as ICOs. The draft law has now been officially published. It regulates the creation, issuance, storage, and circulation of cryptocurrencies. The draft law was introduced by the country's finance ministry at the end of December. It was followed by much discussion and amendments to the bill before it was finally released to the public on Wednesday. So we have to vote on the bill before we find out what's in it, I guess. Article 5 of the document states this federal law shall enter into force 90 days after the date of its official publication. So if you are listening to us in Russia, you've got 90 days to figure out what the government's going to try to do to your crypto before this law officially kicks in.
What they're going to try, and I don't know what exactly the law says, or if it says, as directed by the Secretary of Finance, but I can basically tell you what they're going to wind up doing with this regulation. They're going to say, bend over, grab your ankles. This will only hurt for a moment. And by a moment, I mean forever.
Well, according to Bitcoin.com, the regulations are actually not as stringent as we would expect.
They're more stringent than nothing, but...
Well, yeah, but they're basically, saying, okay, these cryptocurrencies exist. The Russian people have the right to purchase them and sell them and trade them, which is surprising.
From people who are registered with and approved by the government. I don't know
right,
if you caught
that's the big catch.
Well, you've got the right to wind up, growing vegetables in your on your land, and you have the right to sell those vegetables. Now, there's all kinds of regulations that come with whether or not you're allowed to actually do business without a permit, how much you can wind up selling without a permit, etc. But you have the right to do it.
Well, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that the Russian government's acknowledgement of the right of people to exchange whatever money they wish is a good
the North
thing.
Korean government, written into the Constitution, recognizes the right of travel and freedom of speech. It doesn't mean that the people of North Korea actually get to practice those rights.
Also, Aria, I want to make sure that you catch that it's the right ... only. So they're not actually defining a right. They are limiting something and calling it a right. And I think the real... You're right that the law itself, on its face, wouldn't appear to do much. But here's how they're going to get you. Is that you're now only allowed to exchange currencies through government-approved exchanges, professional investors, and through government-approved wallets. Now, you can imagine...
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
operators bad. Operators of exchange of digital financial assets can only be legal entities and otherwise registered with the government. So the document also puts restrictions on wallets. Reading again now. A wallet is defined as a software and hardware tool that allows you to store information, about digital records and provide access. However, the draft law states that a wallet must be opened by the operator of exchange of digital financial assets only after passing the procedures of identification of its owner in accordance with the federal law of August 7th, 2001. So...
Hold on. So I'm confused by that language. It sounds as though only an exchange can open my wallet after they verified that I am who I say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
I mean, no private keys to the actual user is what it sounds like.
I can't control my own crypto if I lived in Russia. That is absolutely horrible. 603-283-6160 is the call-in line where you can call in to join us. You can also do that using discord.lrn.fm, assuming you've got a Discord account. Or if you use the Skype, you can call into Skype username lrn.fm. This is the Call to Freedom, live on the Liberty Radio Network in the VertCoin studios.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveitpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveitpurse.com. Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here, and I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm. Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com. Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. Facebook.freetalklive.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom.
تستمتعون إلى The Crypto Hour على برنامج نداء للحرية.
This is the Call to Freedom. You can join us with your thoughts. 603-283-6160. Call on Discord using discord.lrn.fm, or the Skype username is lrn.fm, as in Liberty Radio Network. Yeah, that's right. The Call to Freedom is broadcast on the Liberty Radio Network from the VertCoin Studios, and this is Crypto Hour, where we're discussing some of the new regulations in Russia. But maybe you don't live in Russia. Maybe you live in the supposed land of the free that actually wound up moving up to number 17 in the latest Human Freedom Index. Maybe we'll get into that in hour number 3. But maybe you want to start investing in crypto, but you don't want to do the busy work of opening accounts on exchanges and learning about private keys and which thing. And, you know, it's difficult actually learning what you're doing. Well, let me introduce you to Helium, a long-term savings accelerator powered by Uphold.com. Helium, with an E, HELEUM, watches conversion rates between cryptos and fiat currencies for you so it can convert your funds when the time is right. Just add funds to Helium from your bank or digital wallets, and you're done. The rest is completely automatic. Helium. Let your money move you. Sign up today at helium.com/CTF, as in Call to Freedom. Call to Freedom. That's Helium, HELEUM.com/CTF.
And I know, Daryl, you're a Helium user, the same as myself and
I am.
And Will all are. You're the one who, I think, convinced me to finally go ahead and get my own account, and things are going okay.
Yeah, I was up really. I was up really good the first month and a half, and then the last month or so, you know, with the downturn of cryptos. Yeah, but you know, it's long term. It's not a get rich quick sort of thing.
Speaking of getting rich quick, I hear the drone.
Please tell me it's not an Obama drone.
No. It's the exact opposite. This isn't a drone that's going to take your money. It's a drone that's going to give you money. That is our Galactic Systems drone, dropping cryptocurrency randomly on a caller. You can get in on the giveaway at the Discord chat. You can call us on Skype at lrn.fm, or Daryl, give him the phone number to call in.
603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160.
Yeah, and you get a free random cryptocurrency funded by our friends over at Galactic Systems. So, we were talking before we were so pleasantly
about Russia.
About Russia.
Hacking the elections? Oh, wait, no. The other thing.
Worse.
Hacking the cryptos.
So, Aria, I mentioned to you during the break that this also includes a regulation on ICOs, initial coin offerings. Quote, a large part of the document addresses initial coin offerings. It specifies rules for token sales, such as the issuing procedures and what documents and information must be provided and disclosed prior to sales. For each ICO, the issuer must also provide to the Russian government, again, an investment memorandum containing all information related to the issuer and the tokens. The rules state an offer for the release of tokens, an investment memorandum, rules for keeping the register of digital transactions, and other documents must be published no later than 3 working days before specified in the offer to the release of tokens. Arya, you had kind of a hot take on this one when it comes to ICOs.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even be mad at the Russian government for doing it.
I can be mad at them for doing it, but it can be an expected thing. Go ahead, Arya.
The crypto community at large brought this on ourselves. I mean, we're the ones who have been sitting here participating in these scam ICOs and getting rich off of them and watching people lose money in them. I mean, we've known this has been going on for years, and we've done nothing about it. By and large, there's been no effort whatsoever to curb any. I mean, I could go on to Parity right now, and I could host an ICO tonight, and ideally get millions of dollars from people, and they would never know who was behind it or what the coin was for. They wouldn't care, as long as I promised them returns at some point in the future. Plenty of people would bite.
I've heard that there's the thing called the useless Ethereum token, where it says in their white paper that there's no return on investment. Nobody should buy this coin, but people are still buying the token.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Now, I'm curious.
I haven't heard about that, but
I'm curious if someone created Ghost Token and they wrote in the white paper, as soon as the ICO is over, we are leaving and not doing anything, if it would still wind up selling a bunch of tokens during the ICO.
I mean, you could run that experiment tonight. It would take you all of 5 clicks.
I don't have the Parity wallet, and I don't want to install the Parity wallet, so it would take me a lot of time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to sync Parity anyway.
Yeah, of course, the private answer to the issues you're talking about, Arya, is your own website. Websites like cryptocurrencycheck.org that inform the public. But first of all, the public has to read it.
Right. And I know for a fact that there are people that do on various podcasts like Sovereign Tech warn people, don't buy into ICOs. Here's a report that shows that 96% of ICOs never actually delivered on anything that they promised.
96%.
Can you send me that report?
I will try to find it, yes.
But let's talk.
That. I'm not in the least surprised.
Let's talk for a brief moment, though, about the other 4% that are legit. Now, let's say that you are an actual good faith actor, and you are.
Yeah, but with the ratio of 96% being failures, I mean, government is going to get involved here in the United States as well.
It probably is, but here, even before they get involved, here's what the Russian regulation means. It means that even if you are offering a legitimate coin, even if you have good technology and you want to have an ICO, you're going to have to register with the Russian government just because of the possibility that Russian citizens might want to purchase your coin. And that's
how it always is with government. Because some percentage of these might be bad, all of you people who aren't up to anything bad have to register with us anyway. Gun owners are the obvious example.
You know, it's interesting that, the people that make these sorts of regulations never apply well, there are some bad ones, so we're going to take action against all of them. They never apply that to themselves. They always give the excuse of, oh, well, that's just a few bad apples in the police department over there. It's just a few bad apples. We can't, wind up actually punishing these cops. It's just a bad apple.
And that's probably also what's going to happen with these regulators. I mean, we talked about that with South Korea the other day, didn't we, Arya? Where
Tom, why don't you remind them what the expression is regarding bad apples? Wasn't that you I saw sharing that not too long ago?
Don't put bad apples in your apple pie. That's the expression,
well, it's that
right?
They spoiled a bunch. I mean, it's not that a few bad apples, give themselves a headache. It's that they spoil the bunch.
Right, so you don't put them in your apple pie.
Well, you get rid of the bunch that they spoiled.
Yes.
And
or no, you put
therein lies
the bad
problem.
apple on administrative leave, and then you give him desk duty.
Or you just make him pay back his gains, or you make him pay taxes on his gains, which would probably be the government priority when it comes to what we're talking about with cryptocurrency insider trading.
Or you pardon him and let him run for Senate.
Oh. That's a Chelsea Manning reference.
No, it was a Joe Arpaio reference.
Right, because Chelsea Manning
both,
was not.
I guess.
No, Chelsea was not pardoned. Chelsea
Yes.
Manning was not given a pardon. Chelsea Manning's sentence was just commuted. There are two totally different things. Chelsea Manning still has a criminal record. Joe Arpaio does not.
Both terrible candidates, though.
We've got Libertarian Drama of the Week coming up in moments, and you can join us with the Dramatarian Drama 603-283-6160, discord.lrn.fm, or on Skype at username lrn.fm. This is the Call to Freedom, live from the VertCoin studio.
Anyone can publish on the internet, but not everyone is publishing material suited for online reading. According to the Yahoo Style Guide, it cautions that internet content has a few seconds, 3 or less, to encourage people to read more, to take action, or navigate to another one of your pages. So make it easy for readers to pick and choose. Isn't that the way you poke around online? Use short words, short sentences, short paragraphs, bulleted lists, and short pages. Front load what you write, putting the most important information at the beginning of headlines and paragraphs and sentences. Same goes for your keywords, what someone would likely type into the search box on Yahoo or Google. For more tips on communicating better online or in a job interview or everyday life, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, January 26th, 2018. Silver is trading at $17.42 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,352 per ounce. Zen Cash is trading at $41, and the average price of Bitcoin is $11,493. Antiwar.com reports the U.S. continues to try to ratchet up the tensions with North Korea despite diplomatic progress being made between the two Koreas, and the Treasury Department announced new sanctions on Thursday against 16 people and 6 North Korean flagged ships. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin also called on all nations, particularly China and Russia, to expel all North Koreans from their territory, accusing them of trying to fund the nuclear weapons program by soliciting funds abroad and evading sanctions. International interest in enforcing sanctions, particularly those imposed by the United States, has its limits. However, and recent reports suggest that North Korea has found itself new ways to evade sanctions, limiting their ability to export coal. Coal exports from North Korea to Russia, according to Reuters, was then passed on to South Korea and Japan, two of the nations that present themselves as most interested in enforcing the sanctions, but which appear less eager to go digging for technical violations through intermediaries. Zencash is the world's first private, distributed, and reliable platform for communications, transactions, and publishing. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. Zencash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io. UPI reports the engineer at the helm of an Amtrak train that crashed in December and killed 3 people in Washington state mistook a signal on the tracks at the curve where the train derailed. The 55-year-old engineer and the 48-year-old conductor, who were in the lead locomotive at the time of the crash, were seriously injured and unable to answer questions from investigators until last week. The National Transportation Safety Board said the engineer reported he felt rested and was not distracted by the presence of the conductor, who is there to become familiar with the tracks and the territory. In a news release, the NTSB said the engineer knew there would be a curve with a 30-mile-per-hour speed limit at milepost 19.8, but he did not remember seeing milepost 18 or the 30-mile-per-hour advanced speed sign. The release said, as soon as he saw the 30-mile-per-hour sign at the start of the curve, he applied the brakes. Seconds later, the train derailed as it entered the curve. The NTSB said it is considering human performance, signals, train control, the tracks, and engineering in its investigation, which is expected to last 1 to 2 years. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports President Donald Trump is offering a path to citizenship for up to 1.8 million young undocumented immigrants, but insists on measures that would curb some legal immigration programs and provide a border wall with Mexico, according to a senior White House official on Thursday. The White House offered to more than double the number of Dreamers who would be protected from deportation, describing it as a major concession aimed at attracting enough votes for an immigration deal from Democrats. But the plan comes with significant strings attached to appeal to Republicans, including requirements to slash family sponsorship of immigrants, tighten border security, and provide billions of dollars in funding for a border wall with Mexico that Trump made one of his major campaign promises. The package was immediately panned by pro-immigration groups, which said the plan was a bad trade-off. It was also slammed by some conservative groups, which decried the expansion of amnesty for undocumented immigrants. The leader of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, Democratic Representative Michelle Lujan Grisham, said the Trump plan used Dreamers as a bargaining chip for sweeping anti-immigration policies. Early reaction from some Republicans in the Senate, where the plan may receive a vote in early February, was positive. Negotiations will be tough, with Democratic Senator Dick Durbin, who has championed the cause of Dreamers, saying the plan puts Trump's entire hardline immigration agenda, including massive cuts to legal immigration, on the backs of these young people. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
After excitedly posting an image of a Lamborghini Rebenton to his Facebook account earlier this afternoon, 38-year-old little boy Nick Weber talked to Onion reporters about his passion for fast cars.
When I saw that car, I was like, whoa, it was so cool. I had to show it to all my friends. I like red cars the best, but only ones that are really, really fast. I can't wait to get one when I'm older. I'm going to get the fastest car in the whole world.
The Weber also frequently posts about his other interests, which include motorcycles, fighter jets, and Marvel superhero Iron Man. The nearly 40-year-old small child confirmed that sports cars are his favorite, and the picture of the bright yellow Lamborghini has already garnered 15 likes and 9 comments from other enthused middle-aged children who are friends with Weber on the social networking site.
My best friend Bradley, he sent me a picture of a blue convertible that's so awesome. It has these big wheels and even has a racing stripe on it.
After watching several online videos of fast cars and eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch, the home-owning little tyke went to his room to take a nap.
This is the Onion News Network.
You are listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
This is The Call to Freedom, live from the VertCoin Studios, broadcasting on the Liberty Radio Network on the Bit Plus satellite over North and Central America and most of Africa. You can call in to join us, 603-283-6160. Coming up in moments, we have Libertarian Drama of the Week. But first, we've got ourselves a winner. The Galactic Coin giveaway. We've got Damien, who called in. Damien, what's the radio show that loves cryptocurrency so much that we give some away to you?
Call to Freedom.
Excellent. And now, Damien, you sound like you're fairly young. How old are you?
7.
7.
I think we've been waiting.
That is amazing.
We've been waiting for Damien to call in for a while, I think. I understand. Are you the one, Damien, who's been a little bit scared to call in, but you've been wanting to win for a while?
Yeah.
Well, good job.
Excellent.
Overcoming that fear.
Congratulations, dude.
You have won, and we will make sure. I had given you the instructions off the air, Damien. Make sure you follow those, and we will make sure that Will Coley winds up sending you $10 worth of a cryptocurrency called BATA, spelled B-A-T-A. So hopefully you're able to wind up getting that wallet installed. And Damien, thank you for being our lucky winner. And we do give cryptocurrency away every day, Monday through Friday, here on The Call to Freedom. Again, from the VertCoin Studios. So it's the third hour of the show, which means...
Oh, yeah.
Like sands through an hourglass, something. It's time for Dramatarian Drama of the Drama. Libertarian Drama of the Week. And there's a lot of it that happens. That's why there's the term Dramatarian. Now, there have been
and why we do this
things.
Weekly.
I don't know why you do it weekly, unless you just enjoy.
I mean, we could do it daily.
Right.
Yeah. We just like to let the chaff burn off, as it were, so that only the finest of libertarian drama makes it on to what is certainly one of our most popular segments. Possibly more popular than the free money giveaways, although I doubt it.
I like money. So, yeah, what is exactly going on? Now, I know that there have been several of the Dramatarian dramas that have been discussed in the chat room here. Which one are we actually going with, Tom? Because I'm really not sure.
I believe you sent it in. You had one and Arya had one. What is this? I think
the one that Adam Bates provided is probably going to provide the most discussion.
Yeah.
So this is this book that's come out by Chase Rachel's or Rochelle's or whatever. White, Right, and Libertarian.
Now, before we actually discuss anything else, let's talk about this book cover. I know they say, never judge a book by its cover.
No, this is a book that wanted to be judged by its cover.
And specifically the part where there are 4 bodies hanging from a helicopter. Hello, Pinochet. And one of them happens to have the Islamic star and crescent on it, which is sort of relevant to this show because it just might be referring to our host, Will Coley, who happens to be Muslim.
Right.
But it's not just them. And you're on here too, aren't you, Arya? Do I see a symbol for, is that for feminists or is that for transgender people there?
I will have to look again.
It's a female symbol, but there's something in the middle.
I think it's the power fist in the middle. So I'm not entirely positive what that is for. There's also the anti-fascist flag things, the solid black flag over top of a solid red flag, and then all the way to the left, interestingly enough, is the hammer and sickle. Now, something that's interesting here is that the helicopter has a black and gold. It's a white helicopter. Symbolism much? With a black and gold anarchy circle there, and a forward spelled incorrectly for books, let me point out, by Triple H. Not the game, not the King of Kings, not Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, he's a kind of King of Kings, he is,
but
I think.
None other than Hans Hermann Hoppe. Hop a little bit to the left, hop a little bit to the right. I had zoomed in.
I cannot tell what that is supposed to be.
I think it's just supposed to be women, period.
Yeah, I think it's a feminist logo.
So people who think women are people, they want to hang from this helicopter. Okay.
Yeah. Women are people too. I know, like it's a radical concept, right?
So you have to wonder, first of all, where are the anarchists going to get the military helicopter if there is no government to buy it for them?
I don't know, because I can't buy this on the open market. There was actually a bill being heard in the New Hampshire legislature a couple of days ago to prohibit government entities from purchasing equipment that was not available on the open market.
Which would probably include this helicopter. I mean, you can buy...
And Bearcats. I'm not allowed to buy a Bearcat because Lenco, the company that makes them, will not sell them to any non-government entity.
I thought you were talking a Bearcat the animal.
No. The ballistic engineered armored response counterattack truck.
Oh, okay. Well, you can buy helicopters for personal use, but I don't think they have a motor strong enough to hang 4 dead bodies from them, which would be required to achieve what is being shown on the cover of this book.
Well, no, ideally, you disembowel them first, and that takes care of some of the weight.
You've thought about this way too much. Have you read this book, Arya? Is this like an issue?
No, I just know the type.
You know them well.
I mean, I have argued with these idiots extensively, and their defense of...
I'm sorry. See, I just ignore the idiots. Or at least I do my best.
Well, see, they hate 2 people, it seems, above all others. Trans people and Muslims. So
yes.
they have quite a lot to say to me. So I end up saying things back.
And can you share some of those things that you say, or no?
Well, it seems
I could if this was a podcast.
Now, I
do have the AM.
I did a search here, and the logo appears to be not just the feminist logo. No. The radical feminist logo.
Okay, the people who think really, really hard that women are people.
Yeah. The people that want to abolish the patriarchy.
I know you would, but that wouldn't make for inflammatory radio, which I thought was what we were trying to do here.
Sometimes I think when I'm hard.
So we mentioned... Oh, good God. So we mentioned the other Triple H, Hans Hermann Hoppe, earlier. Apparently he was not very happy having written the foreword for this book and then seeing this cover, which was apparently kept confidential. I suppose we'll talk about that when we get back and talk more about the fallout.
Yeah, let's talk about that. But not the Fallout Boys, because apparently there's some kind of weird, crappy band. Your calls about this are welcome. 603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160. Discord.lrn.fm or on Skype, lrn.fm. This is the Call to Freedom. on the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting live from the VertCoin studios.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
Join Daryl W. Perry on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio as he brings you news, views, and opinions while promoting the ideas of peaceful interaction.
My personal position on the death penalty is this. We know for a fact that there have been hundreds of people who have been wrongly convicted for various offenses. People who were wrongly convicted of murder and who were sentenced to death, who have later been exonerated. And from that, we can deduce that there have been innocent people who were executed for crimes they did not commit. And the fact that I do consider myself to be consistently pro-life, I don't support using taxpayer funds to kill any human at all, anywhere. Using any money that is taken by force and then used to murder people is wrong.
Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
This is the Call to Freedom from the VertCoin studios, broadcasting on the Liberty Radio Network and also on the Bit Plus satellite over North and Central America and most of Africa. Now, if you want to regain control of your virtual identity, communications, money, and property with Gridphone and Galactic Coin to tear down the walled garden business model, Galactic Systems, restoring liberty and building an open metaverse. Yeah, that's right. Restoring liberty and building an open metaverse. Not building walls here, not keeping people out. We're opening this stuff up and restoring liberty. Learn more at galacticsystems.net. That's Galactic Systems. Systems is plural here. galacticsystems.net. We are going over the libertarian drama of the week, and it involves one Mr. Christopher Chase Rachels, who some people might be familiar with as having written what he refers to, and I don't know if anybody else refers to it, as the Anarchist Bible. The book titled A Spontaneous Order, the Capitalist Case for a Stateless Society. Well, now, Mr. Rachels has written a book called White, Right, and Libertarian. And there was a foreword written by... No, not that Triple H. The other one, Hans Hermann Hoppe. And apparently there's been a bit of a controversy about the foreword, Tom.
Right. So trading off of the popularity of Spontaneous Order, Mr. Rachels asked Triple H to write the foreword for him, to which Hans Hermann Hoppe agreed.
Triple H responded, Mr. Rachels, I'd be more than happy.
That's awful.
To write the foreword for you. Yeah, I know that's an absolute horrible Triple H that turned into something other than Triple H completely.
Like you were trying to do Triple H and you came off with like the worst Randy Savage impression that I've ever heard. But anyway, oh no, that was the worst Randy Savage.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Wow, this is maybe we don't need a wrestling show on LRN. Maybe it would actually make me mad as a wrestling fan. So anyway, so having not, he didn't know what the new book was about or anything, but he liked A Spontaneous Order, so Hoppe agreed to write the foreword.
Now, one thing that's interesting.
He wrote a foreword for a book that he didn't even know what it was about.
That's actually more normal than you would think, because the foreword is usually about, well, let me introduce the author. And
well, as a writer,
I was thinking,
as a writer, I have to say, that's reckless, irresponsible, and stupid to put your name, your words, in a book that you haven't read.
Hold on. So the email, and there's a website that I don't want to direct people to, but they have the entire text of an email where, skipping down to the original email sent by Christopher Chase Rachels, it says, my hope is to entice the alt-right to adopt the political economic theory of, and apologies on that weird ringing. He says, my hope is to entice the alt-right to adopt the political economic theory of genuine libertarians and libertarians to adopt the cultural positions of the alt-right. I know.
Cultural positions of the alt-right. I wonder what those would be.
Yeah. I know it may be asking too much, but I was hoping you would be willing to either write the introduction, forward, or at least one small review/endorsement. I can think of no better man for the job, and I would be deeply honored. I very much look forward to hearing your response. Christopher Chase Rachels then gives a telephone number and the attachment, whiterightlibертarian.docx.
Okay, so he did send the text. The issue ended up being the cover, which we previously described. Now, Hoppe wrote the foreword, sent it in, and then, according to Rachels, the cover was somehow leaked against his wishes. Well, another way of saying that is he was trying to keep it secret from the people who might have a problem with it, including the man who wrote the foreword for the book.
Well, anyone with human decency.
Yeah, pretty much. In particular, Hoppe. We'll get to that here in just a moment.
Well, I don't know that that would include Hop.
Well, there, Jeff Deist, who is called out at length in this rant blog post, gives some good reasons for Hoppe. Anyway, so Hoppe sends a very short email that says, I've learned that this is going to have an inflammatory cover. I don't want to be associated with it. Please remove the forward. Rachel then proceeds basically to email anyone and everyone he can to complain about this at the Mises Institute, at his own publisher, etc. Complaint. Writes to Jeff Deist, says, I'm still going to use this. Recall specifically that the cover shows a body with an Islamic symbol for a head being hung from a helicopter with an Anarchy A on it. Deist writes back, quote, you do realize that Hoppe lives in an Islamic country, one with blasphemy laws, and is married to a Muslim? Turks might not appreciate your depiction of the crescent moon and star. The nooses evoke lynchings in U.S. history, and the helicopter evokes Pinochet, something which a very smart person said on the air before the break. To which Rachel responds, Jeff, understood, hence why I'm willing to change the cover and remove all the incendiary elements. The cover hasn't been made public. Well, by this point it had. Will this be satisfactory for all parties? Except that the changes that he was proposing still would have explicitly called out what he saw as bad ideologies, including Islam. So, and
I too call ideologies bad when I know nothing about them.
Yeah, that's it. Well, when you're writing a book called White Right and Libertarian, you can't be expected to be correct about anything except...
I mean, he could shorten the title to Intimidated Little Man.
Nice.
Would that be shorter? It would be more accurate.
It would be more accurate. I haven't done a letter count. But yeah, it would definitely be more accurate.
Basically, this blog post we're talking about, he doxes everyone who he disagrees with all at once in response to this having Hoppe's forward removed. That tells you a lot about him right there.
Yeah, and let's continue with this libertarian drama of the week here in moments, along with your thoughts about it. The dramatarian drama of the drama. 603-283-6160. Call in on Discord, discord.lrn.fm, or call us on Skype. Username is lrn.fm. This is the Call to Freedom from the VertCoin Studios.
Hey, I'm LRN.FM Program Director Ian Freeman. If you're listening to our free-to-air satellite feed in North or Central America, heads up! We've been on the same channel on the Galaxy 19 satellite since 2010, but now our satellite provider is moving us to a new channel on a different transponder. The original channel will stay on the air until the end of February to give you time to transition without any loss of service, so don't delay. I've posted the new channel details at sat.lrn.fm, but in case you're listening with no internet access, if you do a blind scan on your receiver, you should see the new channel at Transponder 12, 11,936 MHz, horizontal polarization, symbol rate 20,000, FEC 3/4. All that information is at sat.lrn.fm, as well as a link to our Patreon where you can support our channels for just $2 a month. Visit sat.lrn.fm for more information about our international satellite channels, and thanks for listening to LRN.fm. Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
Who told you to go this way?
You can't do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me.
Well, I'm comfortable here, actually.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey. Who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video and audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today. This is...
You ain't gonna make it.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Why are you running from me? Because you're scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
This is the Call to Freedom. We're on the libertarian drama of the week, and if you've got thoughts about it, you can call in 603-283-6160. On Discord, if you use it, discord.lrn.fm, or on the Skype username is lrn.fm. That's because the Call to Freedom is broadcast on the Liberty Radio Network and also on the Bit Plus satellites to North and Central America and most of Africa, broadcasting live every weekday, Monday through Friday, from the VertCoin studios. Normally, it's not my voice that you hear sitting in this seat. Normally, it is Will Coley. But as they say, when the cat is away, the mice will play, and I've taken over. But I'm still joined by a couple of other cool cats, Tom and Aria. And Tom, I think you've got more about this dramatarian drama involving Hans Hermann Hoppe and Christopher Chase Rachels, and a book titled White, Right, and Libertarian, with an absolutely atrocious cover.
Yeah, and even after the cover was changed, Triple H, Hans Hermann Hoppe, didn't want to be associated with the book because it was pretty obvious what the leanings of the author really were. I don't know if it says that Hoppe was provided with a transcript of the book before he was asked to write the foreword.
Yep, and the text of the email that's on that website, that I don't want to give the name of the website, the full text of that email does show that there was an attachment.
There was an attachment. We don't know what's in that attachment. We don't know what might have changed between the time he sent it to Hans Hermann Hoppe and the time that he actually finalized the book. And given that this was the cover he selected, where it's a white helicopter with images clearly meant to represent Muslims, Antifa, feminists, and communists hanging dead. Let's emphasize that, from the helicopter.
Right.
It's not unreasonable to think that the final version might have been just a little bit more incendiary than Hoppe thought it was. Furthermore, the thing that really set him off was that LewRockwell.com published the foreword minus any references to his book, which he admits entailed only changed 2 lines. So they published as an article called On Getting Libertarianism Right. So whatever was in that transcript, the actual foreword that Hans Hermann Hoppe wrote was in fact published as a cogent article on its own with no mention of the book itself, and still was independently publishable. So I would surmise from that Hoppe wrote a lot of his own thoughts that he thought were shared in common with the author. Maybe he didn't actually read the transcript very carefully, was trading on what he liked about the previous book, which was Spontaneous
Order.
Spontaneous Order. He was trading off of what he remembered from that book and relying on good faith in the author. And when this cover came out, pretty clear that Mr. Rachels had abused that good faith. Furthermore, what the Mises Institute seems to have objected to was that even after Hoppe asked his foreword to be removed, Rachels proceeded to use Hoppe's name in promoting the book, promoting the controversy itself as a way to promote the book. So even though Hoppe had asked to be dissociated from the project, Rachels continued to use his name as a way to drive his own book sales. That, I think, one would agree is a dirty pool if we're all about voluntary association here, which I presume that we are. Now, Aria, you had an immediate visceral reaction when you saw that Rachels was, in fact, the mind behind this radicalcapitalist.org. Could you elucidate on that some? And you
you gave him the website.
Well, the website is not hate speech.
It is.
Itself, but,
it
well,
is.
Okay, it probably is another. This post isn't. But, you could Google the man and you would find his blog.
Right.
But
yes, but
anyway,
we would discourage that as well.
Don't give him clicks, people. We're telling you what it says. We're telling you the things you need to know. Trust us. We're not from the government. We are here to help. Anyway, when this website, which shall remain anonymous, if you can edit that later, Daryl, so it does remain anonymous. When I shared the link, Aria, you had an immediate visceral reaction. Can you elucidate on that a bit?
I mean, yeah, these people have been writing at length for at least a year now about why Muslims suck and why trans people suck and why you can't allow gay people to get married and why Allah is secret codes for Satan. It's alt-right. It's an alt-right site.
What's the secret code for Satan?
72787 or something. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. They're the lunatics. Ask them.
Okay. I'm just curious because, everybody seems to be turning everything into something else. It's just so strange. Up is down and left is purple.
Well, I mean, that's generally that particular person's take on all other religions, is that they're really the devil's work.
There is, in fact, a post on the site.
You will find lots.
By a different author, the title of which is Libertarianism is Not Egalitarianism. I cannot imagine a universe in which that is actually true if you have even a base understanding of libertarianism.
Yeah. And then I'm looking...
It's the one true egalitarianism.
Exactly. When you remove A, the government, and B, the initiation of force, from human interactions, that should per se result in a generally egalitarian society, at least as far as actual physical treatment. Of course, people are going to have their biases, but their biases no longer have the force of government behind them, and they shouldn't have the force of initiation of aggression against other people behind them. But then again, this supposedly libertarian person also thought that it was smart to have a literal callback to Pinochet executing his enemies on the cover of their book, which was supposed to be about libertarianism and clearly wasn't.
Right, and I'm clicking around because I wanted to see what the cleaned up cover or the new modified cover of the book was that I'm not able to find anywhere. They're
going to put smiles on their face like that South Park episode.
But I did happen to stumble upon an article by Christopher Chase Rachels titled "On White Nationalism, White Supremacy, and Genocide," and the first sentence. The first sentence of the article, some clarification on white nationalism, white supremacy, and the relationship or lack thereof to non-white genocide. And then skipping down a little bit, he says that European white persons in closer genetic proximity with other whites than with sub-Saharan Africans. For whatever reason, there tends to be higher trust between members of the same race. And then he goes on to say that this is completely acceptable and commended.
Commended.
Yes, because who doesn't like a lot of tribalism in their lives?
I don't. Papa for telling this guy where to shove it. Honestly.
What are your thoughts on this? 603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160. Discord.lrn.fm or Skype. Username is LRN.FM. This is the Call to Freedom from the VertCoin studio.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com. On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 Liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
You are listening to The Call to Freedom live on LRN.fm. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.fm.
This is The Call to Freedom, which means that, we're interested in freedom and stuff, and not just freedom for ourselves, freedom for everybody. And, I was super excited earlier today when I opened my email and saw that the latest Human Freedom Index was released. And I know that
Do you think there'd be some freedom in there for you or something?
No, I love seeing the list. And even that list, you just made the list, Tom.
You just made the list!
Because you interrupted me, and you know what happens when you interrupt me? You just made the list. No. But I love seeing these lists to see where various countries, specifically the United States, the supposed land of the free, to see that it is not in the top 5, it's not in the top 10, it's not in the top 15. But this year, the newest rankings have moved us into the top 20 to where the United States currently sits at number 17. And the Human Freedom Index is put out by the Cato Institute, the Fraser Institute, the Institute of Economic Analysis, and the Friedrich Naumann Stiftung, and the Visio Institute, and Für die Freiheit. So going down here to page, where was this? Page 7, I believe. I need to scroll a little bit. No, page 5, where they have the executive summary. So I'm just going to read very briefly from the 397-page document. The Human Freedom Index presents a broad measure of human freedom, understood as the absence of coercive restraint. This third annual index uses 79 distinct indicators of personal and economic freedom in the following areas: rule of law, security and safety, movement, religion, association, assembly, civil society, expression and information, identity and relationships, size of government, legal system and property rights, access to sound money, freedom to trade internationally, regulation of credit, labor, and business. The Human Freedom Index is the most comprehensive freedom index so far created for a globally meaningful set of countries. The index covers 159 countries for the year 2015, which is the most recent year for which sufficient data are available. And then they rank on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 represents more freedom. And they show that the average human freedom ranking for the 159 countries, 6.93. Among countries included in the report, the level of freedom decreased slightly by 0.05 compared with 2014. 61 countries actually increased their rankings, and 97 decreased. Since 2008, the level of global freedom has also slightly decreased by 0.12, with about half of the countries in the index increasing their ratings and the other half decreasing. Now, you might want to know who's in the top 5. Right, Tom? Right, Aria?
Yes, I would very much.
All right. Now, before I tell you who's in the top 5, I just want to annoy the right-wingers for a moment, because the people on the right tend to think that the word republic somehow equals freedom, right? We're a republic. We're a constitutional republic. Well, of the countries in the top 5, only one of them is a republic. 2 of them are monarchies, and the 2 monarchies do not have a written constitution.
Oof.
Top countries. Coming in at number 1, Switzerland, with a score of 8.89. So if we were grading this on, like out of 100, and giving grades like they do in school to where 90 is an A, no country winds up getting an A rating here. Switzerland has a B plus at 8.89. Just 0.01 ahead of Hong Kong.
But Daryl, aren't those Swiss people socialists? Dun, 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 dun.
They also don't have a republic. They're
not even
a federation.
They also don't have freedom.
Well,
according to this, they do.
According to this,
this is wrong.
We can dig deeper into the ratings momentarily. Number 2, Hong Kong. Number 3, New Zealand. Number 4, the only republic in the top 5, Ireland. Number
Not
5.
to be confused with Northern Ireland. That's
correct.
I mean, this is more like a list of how least each nation in the world sucks. Because, I mean, there isn't freedom anywhere on the globe. So rather than being a human freedom index, shouldn't it be more accurately be called a lack of direct oppression index?
It's the participation trophy for trying to be free index, as awarded at the Freedom Special Olympics for countries.
Now, let's look at the bottom of the list. Egypt, Yemen, Libya, Venezuela, and Syria. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is North Korea not at the bottom of this list?
And that would be rated, did they?
They weren't rated because there was not enough information on which to actually rate them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's one way to keep yourself out of the bottom of the list.
Right. And again, we can go through something really interesting here. They say that 15% of the world's population lives in the top quartile of nations in the index. So of the 20% of freest countries, or least oppressed would probably be the correct term. Thank you, Aria. Only 15% of the world's population lives in the least oppressed places, while 44% of the world's population lives in the bottom quartile of countries. So the 20% of most oppressive places wind up housing 44% of the world's population, and that's largely because China is in that bottom quartile.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah.
Now, one thing
go ahead.
That I do note, I mean, this is relevant for one of the bents of the show, is that you mentioned all the categories that they rate freedom on. There are only 3 categories in which the world improved from 2008 to 2015. That is freedom to trade internationally, barely improved; regulation, barely improved; and sound money improved by almost half a point.
Yeah.
Where everything else from movement is the one that's down the most, relevant to our discussion on immigration, as governments decide to more stringently enforce the imaginary lines that they've drawn to keep people in and keep people out.
Rule of law and expression and information also decreased fairly significantly.
As governments try to clamp down on social media, where we share things about how much those governments suck.
Yeah.
Like post-Arab Spring, the clampdowns on social media in some of those countries, as well as the attempts to exclude various types of emerging social media from countries like China and Russia.
Yeah, and one thing that's interesting, they also break down some of the regions of the world and then show the change of how they've improved, or what's the opposite of improved?
Sucked more.
Since 2008. East Asia has actually improved the most, tied with South Asia, with improving by 0.18. That's it for today. We are all out of time, but don't worry. We will be back on Monday, and Will Coley should be sitting in.
You won't.
Will Coley should be sitting in this seat here on the Call to Freedom.
Thank you, Daryl, for joining us today.
From the VertCoin Studios. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Aria, for indulging me.
Thank you.
This has been the Call to Freedom.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AdressHosting.com is the only one that